Hello, hello. We are live. League of Legends post esports versus post Eagles versus the Illinois Wesleyan. Everything seems to be right except for it does say we're streaming Rocket League. Still don't know what the fix is for that. If Denny or somebody could help me with that, that'd be nice. Otherwise, until then, we'll get right into it here. Looks like draft is finished. Both teams all banned out, all picked up, so therefore we should be hopping over to the game here any second after the delay. Well, looks like we're going to have a Lucian Nami bottom lane for the post Eagles, very aggressive, into a rather passive, want to scale up the Karma Kaisa lane bottom here. Here, let's swap over the game. Okay. League of Legends. Oh, we're still waiting. Oh, alright then. Oh, we'll talk about the picks here. I like the Annie middle. Okay, Annie did just get buffed recently. Her shield received a little more damage on it and speeds her up there. Aurelion Sol, reworked, completely new champion, is not like he was before. He's going to be able to scale indefinitely into the late game now instead of having some weird mechanics with those floating things around him. Other than that, I mean, both teams are looking pretty solid. I unfortunately don't have any fun background information for either of the players' teams right now. I don't even know what their records are, so yeah, starting a new slate here for me. Good luck both teams. Oh, sounds like we might be getting into game here. Wonderful. Guess I could unmute the desktop audio for us here. You guys can get a little sound. Let me know if that messes anything up. This is my first stream, by the way, so please be nice on my commentary.
Greatest enemy.
What's the worst that could happen?
Go there.
Tyrant.
Yeah, good to go. So WangHongYue Aurelia ban from Post Eagles here. You have a Senna, Jinx, Mordekaiser ban from Illinois. All pretty strong champions that you don't exactly like to play against, so that is all fair. The Camille York top. Darwin jungle versus the Udyr jungle. Annie middle versus Aurelion Sol middle. They're going to pick their other bans, which of course they did already iterate. It's going to be Lulu Yumi from Post Esports and Hekram Malzahar from Illinois Wesleyan. Once we get that all sorted out, we'll be hopping into the game here.
I recommend skipping.
Okay. Looking at both teams' compositions here, I would say that Post Esports is looking for a little bit more of an early game here play. Look for aggression, maybe even some invading in the jungle. Aurelion Sol, like I said, super scaler, does not do a lot early on. He will be looking to sit and farm until like 25-30 minutes, honestly. Kaisa Karma lane, though, that can be very strong, along with Lucian Nami, so we should be seeing some action in the bottom lane. You might actually see both junglers looking and focusing towards that lane in order to get their lanes ahead and scale well into the late game. Where are the player names? I don't have them. There we are. Get my mouse out here. So you're going to have, so Smorrs is going to be on the York top lane. Udyr in the hands of WangHongYue. In the jungle, our esports Eagles are going to be Annie, Ryanite. Coach Denny is playing Lucian, so we have Coach Denny in there again. and Nami, RBTDVL, of course. Over on the other side, we'll let it load up here. We're going to be waiting for a delay, actually. That shows how much I know. Another 2 minutes, 50 seconds till we get into the game here. Unfortunately, it just says their enemy 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 over here, so I do not have the names of the players to list to you right at this moment. But their team, you know, they have a Camille top, Jarvan jungle, Aurelion Sol middle, Kaisa bottom, Karma support. Overall, pretty solid team comp on both sides. Personally, I don't like playing the York lane, but that is me, of course. It is a very strong lane, actually. He's a very strong solo pusher. Camille will be looking to duel him out, though. Both teams will most likely be looking towards a bottom focus with these lanes, though. We'll see what they decide to do. Be right back. Alright, we are back and ready to get in it in about another 40 seconds here. So yeah, new to casting here. This will be my first cast. I don't have a lot of information on the backstories of either of these teams, so I don't have any of the good juicy details to be able to provide for you. Like who likes to play who, what their playstyle tendencies are. I'm sure I will learn those throughout the season here from watching these games, and I'll have a little more depth of knowledge to provide for you. But as of right now, I'm pretty much just going to watch this game, explain what I see and what I know, and yeah, hopefully we'll all enjoy it and have a good Friday night here. Finally getting into it. I'll list off the names of the Illinois players for you here. I believe it still says Clark University, actually. I should probably change that. Noise. Thanks for helping me out on that one. Kind of wish this wasn't so big. Alright, wonderful. Hopefully that is fixed up for you there. Probably the match score will need a little change here too, huh? Yeah, way to go, Eric. Send it up already. Pyro is my caster name for you. Well, there we go. Alright, starting it off, letting the directed camera take control here, and we're hopping right into it. Let's see if there's any interesting things that happen level 1. Honestly, with these teams, I would not expect it whatsoever. but you never know. Sometimes people like to get a little spicy early on, level 1. It seems like everybody's just doing the normal 5-point check. It's a good rule to just make sure no one's invading your jungle early, taking your camps, throwing you off of your normal jungle pass.
Minions have spawned.
Pretty standard. Couple pings coming out from each teams. Solid dance from Camille there, break dancing. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it still says we're doing Rocket League right now, but you guys know we're not. Okay, coming into level 1 phase here. This lane, mid lane, should be pretty neutral. Annie might be looking for the trading here, trying to get this Aurelion Soul poked out. Coach Denny and RBTV on the Lucian Nami lane is notorious for being very strong early with the poke. Once you hit level 2, you can really dive all in and single out a particular target and try and burst them down. Karma with some good poke out, hitting her Qs. We're gonna see Udyr and Jarvan. They both started topside jungle, which, as to be expected, they want the pressure to be bottom. So with the jungle, what they're gonna be looking to do is clear their top side, clear their bottom side, and then look for a gank down on that bottom side of the river here. Udyr might go for an early gank here on Aurelion Soul with the stun, the follow-up. Do they have enough damage? Aurelion Soul's able to fly out of there and survive. Just got out of there by the skin of his teeth. Oh man, almost the first blood already. It was a good mid lane roam through by Udyr there. Trying to get a little pressure down. Aurelion Soul's going to have to take a bad back there. And he should be able to maybe get a little bit of an advantage in lane here. Oh, here comes the deer down bottom lane. This is what I was talking about. The jungler roaming down. They did have the read on it though, and were able to get out of town quickly enough. Jarvan taking his full clear. Oh, something to note would be Aurelion Soul did not take teleport, so he has to walk all the way back to lane, which just makes that Udyr gank earlier that much more potent.
Wake up. You have a new task.
Yorick with his little zombie minions. He's just gonna tag you with that ability and then they all go after you. Yep, Camille's gonna have to try and get those off of there. I do believe it was Tab. Nope. Okay.
Running is only
Tab. There we go. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up on the other end there. Tab is going to pull up our scoreboard here, and we'll be able to see everybody's CS items and all the good information that we all like to review here. Oh, Udyr's coming down again. Is he going to... Nope. You're just going to disengage again. Fair play, 0-0. I'd say post esports, Eagle is actually getting off some good pressure here. Though they're in theory down in gold, it's so early and such a minuscule amount. It's not going to make any big deals yet. Yorick actually has a nice push going in up here. Jarvan is looking to come up, maybe get a gank off on him.
To destroy the curse.
He's wrapping around. Yorick didn't see him yet, he now sees him. And apparently nothing really happened with that, yeah. Oh, Yorick flash, they're pinging the Yorick flash, okay. Camera didn't catch that one, but he flashed out of there. Alright. Annie pushing up, probably looking to base here, get a buy. No, she already bought. I didn't see her go there. A new Aurelian Soul rework is something else. So yes, he can fly and shoot laser beams at you just like that, and his E is this big gravity field that's infinitely scaling with all the minions and assists and kills that you get, and it literally just gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it scales up. So you see it's like a little smaller now. We go into about 30 minutes into this game. If we get that far, you'll see it takes up about half of the lane. Udyr's looking for another gank though. He knows where he needs to put his advantage. And flash! Oh, Udyr coming in with the follow-up damage. Can they get it done? Brilliant Soul ults flashes to try and get out of here. J4's here to follow up with full first blood with Udyr. Brilliant Soul does go down. You'd think Annie'd be roaming over here to help out a jungler. She didn't quite get there in time. And it's a 1-for-1. Udyr's able to take the kill onto Aurelion Soul, but their Jarvan does pick up the kill onto the opposing jungler Udyr here. TGM Gaming onto WangHongYue. Okay. First drag did go over to Illinois here. They picked that up right around the same time that mid lane fight was going on. Directed camera did not want to show us that. Okay, everybody's getting back out in the lane. A few backs, a few buys. Annie holding on to her teleport still. She didn't really need to use it there. Her wave was in a good state. So something not everybody thinks about a lot is definitely wave management, where you're holding your waves, and what influence you can get from your jungler around the map. Hold on as we get a fight here. Udyr versus J4, and Udyr takes him down. J4 even had the level advantage on him there, but Udyr was able to just Udyr him down. Smack, smack, smack. That's how he does it. Alright. You're gonna... Yeah, this mid lane is going to be pretty passive unless there's jungle influence. I don't think Annie has enough damage to burst down the Aurelion Soul, at least not yet. If she's able to get ahead enough, she would be able to with her ult and full combo. Aurelion Soul is going to find Udyr in the jungle here. Good information, but not going to be able to do anything about it. Udyr's going where he wants. Neil. Whoop. We'll trade. Alright, Lucian Nami bottom. That's where we gotta see some spice here. That's the lane. Pretty neutral. Denny with the CS advantage though. Okay, another fight breaking out here. Aurelion Soul ult goes down. Disengage back into the lane. Back to farming. Alright. So post esports holding up pretty well. Illinois also not doing too bad. Their advantage is currently in mid lane with the Aurelion Soul. Honestly, even though he has a death, he does have like a 20 CS advantage onto his laner here. It's worth about almost the gold of a kill. All the money is on Udyr here too. The 210 150 gold bounty Udyr. J4 was able to pick up Rift Herald. Didn't quite see that either. Udyr's really just going where he wants. He's able to steal out the enemy jungle's blue buff. Probably gonna clear some vision here. Good wardage by Illinois here. See how they have the Tri and their river warded. They've been ganked enough. They don't want this Udyr running back into their lane. Aurelion Soul with the roam down here. And they have the bush warded. So they have all the knowledge they need to maybe be able to pull off a dive here. Whoop. A lot of damage onto the Nami here, and they're able to bring her down. That's all due to the warding. You know? Whoop. J4 coming to try and re-steal. He's a little upset that the Udyr stole his blue buff. He comes down to the red buff and isn't able to do anything there either. Coach Denny on the Lucian with 100 farm at 11 minutes. Almost hitting that 10 CS mark that every person dreams that they'd be able to do. Not easy to do at all. CS is a lot of times the name of the game in games like these. There's not as many vitality with it. There's not as many kills flying around because these players are playing together. They're playing as a team. They're playing smart. A lot of times you need to get your resources just from the lane minions themselves. You do get plenty of gold as long as you last hit all of them. Udyr throwing his zombies out there, that's his thing. Drag is back up. 12 minutes into the game, 2-2, about even gold. What more could you want for a Friday night game of League? Can Post Eagles pick up the win here? Or is it going to be Illinois? We are on match 1 here. If you're just joining in. I think it probably still says we're streaming Rocket League, but this is League of Legends. League, right? I don't know how to fix that. J4 doing the dragon. Udyr spots him out. J4 decides he wants to go in, engage. He ultimates in on him. Follow up, and it's not enough. Udyr says, I am tanky. Oh, the bubble onto Kaisa. The dash. Lucian. Is he gonna... Oh, the double kill from Denny. Can he pick up the triple? Oh, back into tower range. Takes a tower shot. This Nami needs to save him. Nami, what are you doing? Help him. And he comes down. Throws Tibbers down. Oh. Denny goes down to the Aurelian Soul. The single person you don't want to give the gold to.
Turret plating will fall.
Okay. Well, as far as the gold goes, it is still dead even. That was a 2-for-1 trade, though. Okay, I will be right back.
Complacency breeds death. Ryanite.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Sorry about that. I forgot to put my dog in the other room. Let's get back in it here. Let's get back into the game of League. J4 with Miss Flag and Drag, but Udyr challenging this Camille, who decides to just hook shot over the wall there. She doesn't want any. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, she didn't want any of this Udyr. Alright, Smorrs is up here on the York, just chopping away, stacking up his Q. Pause game. Ooh, we have a pause here. Jungle DC'd. Okay, fair play. Jungle DC'd. We're gonna have to wait for the reconnect here. Not sure which jungle DC'd, but it seems they got everything handled and are back underway here. Good sportsmanship there. Little trick with the Camille swipe there as she swipes. is to walk up on her, actually. You might think, oh, hey, I gotta run away. She's throwing this ability out at me. You actually walk up into her, and it hits for less. We're either paused or my game's lagging. Little action in the top lane here. Both jungles up here. Brilliant Soul on the roam though, so if they wait around too long, it's going to be a 3-on-2. They decide to just call it off though. Brilliant Soul back to the mid lane. Maybe starting up the Herald here. Rift Herald. 2-on-1. Slide and drag over the wall. And it looks like Post Esports is actually going to be able to secure this Herald, provided there's not too many outside. Oh, and the ult onto Aurelion Soul from Annie. They pick up the Rift Herald. Post Eagles looking like they're securing a nice little advantage here. They're going to be able to drop the Herald, get a lot of pressure down into one of these lanes. Deer was the one to pick that up. Okay. Answer that later. Let's check out everybody's items, see what mythics are coming through. There's a couple completed here. So you'll have Luden's Echo on the Annie here, provides for a lot of burst damage, that's what you're looking for. Oh, Brilliant Soul goes in, ults down, and is able to take out the Annie with his fire-breathing dragon, cosmic dragon breath. He received a nerf too, by the way, so that should tell you something. Oh, Denny with the calling. Isn't able to get quite as much chip as he probably wanted to down here, but a fight's going to start up. Jarvan ult on top. Denny going to be able to dash out and get a lot of damage down though. Denny being able to kite this fight out. He's able to pick up a 2. I don't know if he actually got both those kills, but 2 from Illinois do go down there. Kaisa is going to be on a 2-on-1 here, not the ideal situation you want to be in. Holds her heal, figured she was probably a goner either way. So Aurelion Soul's item of choice is the Rod of Ages. Not too big of a surprise there. If you see it has a little 6 there, it's because that item actually stacks up to 10 times, and all it is time. 1 minute is 1 stack. You buy it, you wait 10 minutes, and you get a bunch of extra stats, and it even gives you a bonus level once you hit 10 stacks. It's a very good scaling item. Doesn't provide a lot of upfront burst damage or anything like that, but it is very well into people who like to scale, such as Aurelion Soul, Kassadin, Rise, and people like that. Deer gonna be picking up the Scuttle Crab, although red side does find him. Flag and drag. Does he decide to ult? He does not. Aurelion Soul flying after him with his dragon breath. Looks like we're setting up for another fight around this drag that will be spawning in the next 30 to 1 minute here. I do not have the objective timers either, so apologies for that. We just kind of gotta watch the little hourglasses that pop up. Drag did just spawn. This is our 3rd Drake. It looks like it is a mountain Drake. So if Illinois is able to pick this up, once you get 3 drags, that is considered soul point, and that is when the map actually changes. We're getting a fight here though. Aurelion Soul ult down. You're gonna have 2 out, Ryanite and RBTDVL. Lucian's got to get out of town, but this Udyr is going to be able to stay here and just slap. Udyr, get him. J4 can't do anything about it. Alright, I don't know if he wins the 1v1 against this Aurelion Soul though. The only way he'd be able to is if he dodges out on the field, the gravity field. As you get farther in the game with Aurelion Sol 2, that does actually end up slowing you and pulling you towards the center even more. Really oppressive move. You can't really move a lot if you walk into that field. We're going to have a teleport coming in here from Post Eagles. They're going to be trying to pick up this dragon to slow the dragon stacking down from Illinois here. Very smart. They really need its objective. Getting free drags onto Illinois this early in the game could be pretty detrimental for them. Okay, no smite on you there. That was scary. Okay, Aurelion Sol over the wall, but he leaves his Karma alone. Kaisa's getting out of town. She says, okay, I'll just go to my lane over here. Aurelion Sol in a peculiar spot in their jungle just backs out. Is able to pick up one on Annie, but Post Esports Eagles does pick up the dragon. First tower of the game, I believe, just went to Post Esports. Keep on calling you guys Post Esports. You got Post Eagles, but please forgive me. Okay, Camille takes the counter tower top, and my apologies. I do believe Illinois actually got first tower middle. I missed it though. Jarvan ultimates in on Deer here, on top of all the damage thrown down by Aurelion Sol. Jarvan's running for his life now. Yorick's trying to get out of town too. Everybody's collapsing from Illinois. Oh, they pick up one. It's 1-for-1 as of right now, but this Aurelion Sol is continuing his aggression, and he ults in on the Aurelion Sol. He doesn't care. He walks forward. Camille comes in on top, is able to throw down on Annie. Is she able to get out? No, she's not. Relentless assault from Illinois here onto the enemy team. Oh, aggressive. The Camille hook shots in onto Udyr and is not able to pick him up. The emotes come out, letting him know that you were close, but no cigar. Okay. A lot of action going on. Gold's still about that even. The kills are really close, too. These guys are hanging in there. Aurelion Sol stacking up a lot. They're going to have a hard time with him later on. Ideally, a win con for Post Eagles right now is honestly going to be able to get this Aurelion Sol out of the fight. If you get him out of the fight, you have a great chance of winning a team fight. So, for example, if you're able to get a pick on him, with the lockdown CC they have between Annie, Nami, and Udyr, then that's a potentiality. Otherwise, if it's a straight up 5-on-5 fight, I do believe that Illinois would have the advantage here with just the massive amount of AoE damage Ryan Sol is able to output. He's currently 7-1-2 with a 700 gold bounty. Which, that is also a thing to note. So he has a 700 gold bounty. If that Aurelion Sol is able to get picked off, whoever gets the kill on that gets a 1,000 gold influx. That's a half of an item. Oh my goodness. Okay, no comment on that. That Aurelion Sol just dragon breathed poor Denny to death there. I wasn't expecting that kind of damage out of it, but I don't think Denny was either. Udyr hovering in the jungle, just trying to steal some camps, steal some XP. He's been a menace all game, putting a lot of pressure down on the enemy team. That's what he needs to be doing. We're looking to group around Baron here, maybe secure some vision. This is where it can get a little dangerous though, once everybody starts grouping up. Aurelion Sol comes into the fight with the lead that he has. He'll be doing a lot of damage. Nice CS lead from solo lane Denny there though. Very even CS on the York Camille lane. Very even lane in general. They've been duking it out up there. No one really got the major advantage of one on the other. It's going to come down to team fights and these objectives here. Looks like they're starting to set up in room towards Dragon. Yep, ult onto the Kaisa, followed up by the Udyr stun is going to bring her down. You'll see that absurdly large circle with Aurelion Sol's ult on the mini-map there. And, oh, this could be it. This could be their final time to get this bounty back. Aurelion Sol's going to fly over the wall, but just to find an Annie Nami. And he's going to just get out of town by flying away. That big AoE slow. Emotes his way out of town. He's like, I'm too strong. I'm too far ahead. I'm just going to throw everything at you guys. He was in a particular spot, too. That was one chance, one opportunity for Post Eagles to get 1,000 gold bounty down there. If they are able to pick up this drag, though, that is very good. And no one from red side's close enough. We'll definitely be picking this up. It's going to be 2-2 on Drake's. Next Drake will be Soul Point Drake, and that will be determining what our soul is. Okay. We're going to have Illinois starting to group towards the middle here. They're probably going to be looking to push wave, put some aggression on the vision down, potentially towards Baron here. We're getting towards the 26, 27 minute mark in the game here. Baron's going to become more viable and viable as this goes on. You normally look to get vision into the enemy jungle here like they are, maybe get a pick, and then once you do that, you're able to have the number advantage, and from there force the Baron. That goes for either of these teams. It's so even right now. One or two players from one side goes down and the other side stays up. Well, that's a Baron. Couple things coming down. A lot of pressure coming out from Illinois here. They're pushing down the middle. 4-1 Aurelion Sol's looking for the flanking Aurelion Sol. You're gonna see Post Esports Eagles just picking up what they can, clearing minion waves, not letting it get to tower, stalling out the game. Denny on 3 items to Kai'Sa's 2 items. That's an advantage they have right there. They aren't able to take Denny down right away, and he's able to get a lot of his damage off. That's also a win con for them. And enemy is just absolutely deleted. They are able to pick up 1 there though on the J4. It's 2-for-1 trade so far. Let's see if this fight goes on more. Yini trying to get out of town, throws her shield up, speeds up. And she's able to get, oh, not quite, the Aurelion Sol. He comes down. That massive gravity field does a lot. Pretty sure it has an execute as well. I'd have to read it. Effects are a paragraph long. Alright. Illinois should be feeling pretty good with that, actually. They were able to force a lot down. They're actually a little aggressive, but they're looking to start up this Baron. They do have really good Baron taking potential with all of the percent damage burn Aurelion Sol has right now, along with the Kai'Sa, and her passive stacks up a bunch of the plasma shots and is able to do percent damage as well. Karma almost got taken out by the Baron buff there, had to flash out. Oh, Aurelion Sol diving in on this Nami. Is able to pick her up. Red team secures Baron Nash. Let's see if this Udyr can make them pay for their... No, he can't. No, Denny. Denny's on her. Aurelion Sol's going to be able to fly through here with his Cosmic Dragon Breath, cause a flash out of Annie. Hopefully she gets to safety. Yurik's a pretty tanky boy. He should be able to survive a little bit here. Alright. Well, Illinois is starting to pull ahead here. They, about a 6k gold lead here now, 5 kills, and about 30 minutes in. It's not the biggest lead ever, but it is a lead. They definitely do have more money in their wallets, more item completions. Let's take a look at the comparisons here. You'll have Annie on 1 complete item right now, while Aurelion Sol has 4. But the Lucian, with his 3 complete still on the Kai'Sa's 2. Okay. Yeah, as far as win cons go, I say they remain about the same. Their Post Esports is going to have to pick out this Aurelion Sol. They're going to have to kill him at some point in time. Look how big that gravity field is. It just takes up the whole map. You can't walk through it and it does a ton of damage. That's the scaling, 30 minutes in, like I was saying. So he gets stacks from minion kills, monster kills, and assists or kills. So, basically participating in the game, he's just stacking up, does not have a cap, it just keeps going. It is indefinite. I might be able to click on him here and see how many stacks he has. 460 stacks on the Aurelion Sol. He's feeling good. He's on a 1v2 this right here, he's feeling so good. Lucian though, on the flank. If they can get this kill on the Aurelion Sol with this collapse, that would be humongous. And he's able to fly out of there with his ginormous gravity while saving him from any follow-up from these tier. That was an opportunity for Post Esports there. Weren't quite able to capitalize. Let's see what they're able to pull off here. Looking for a defense. No inhibitors taken yet. Tower advantage is on Illinois here, although it does appear that Post Eagles do have their bounties up, which means if they're able to grab one of these objectives, whether it be Dragon, Baron, Tower, they get a little bonus gold influx. It's a league mechanic to let the losing side come back into the game. A lot of times gold advantage equals winning or losing. Simple as that. Resource accumulation is how you win games. Yeah, you see Post posturing here for a potential pick on the right Sol, but he's being smart and playing back. Along with 3 guys hanging out in the jungle just waiting to see what happens. See how big that gravity field is? He is feeling good. Here, picking up what jungle camps he can, trying to get a little gold, a little XP. See if he can pull a little more tanky. He's going very tanky. The Jack Show, new item alert. Basically, the more enemies that you are around, the more tanky you get. And he finally polishes off her second item there. Shadow Flame. Good burst item. Annie's build looking for the burst damage, just looking to get it all out there as quick as she can. Let's see any defensive stats. Not too many defensive stats coming in. Jarvan's going to be the most defensive stat on Illinois' side. York is looking like a menacing solo laner right now. He's got his couple items complete there. Can't quite remember the name of the one, but you actually are stronger when you're not around teammates. So when you're by yourself, you are stronger. Clearing out vision, very good. Methodical. Vision is very, 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 very important mechanic in League of Legends. It's fundamental, the basics. Having knowledge and information on where your enemies are provide you with the ability to set up plays, get picks, know where to go. If you don't know where your enemy team is, then that's normally gonna be what's not gonna help you. Okay. Really, Sol picking up the blue buff for himself. That always feels really nice as a mid laner. Yeah, getting blue buff. Red side posturing towards this Baron that's about to spawn here, trying to get the deep vision, get the poke out, not let the enemy team into their own jungle. Post Esports is going to have to fight, try and get this vision, try and get into their own jungle, and posture for not letting the Illinois team take this Baron for free. Looks like they're finally getting a collapse towards the mid lane here. Oh, they're able to go 1-for-1. Junglers both go down, which normally means, oh my goodness, that was Aurelion Sol's ultimate you saw there. Just blew up the whole screen. He's going all the way into the Nexus. Oh my goodness, he's diving, he's feeling himself. But bicarbonate, he's garbage. Alright, throwing down the field again, as you can see, just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Camille's going to be posturing for a dive onto Lucian here. Coach Denny trying to get him off. He's able to dash out of there. Gets a good amount of damage down there too. Coach Denny is still relative. He's 8-3-4 with 4 items. If there's anybody that's going to carry this game for them, it's going to be Coach Denny. Pick up what camps it can, steal your enemy's camps, rotate to drag. Pretty standard formation here. They decided not to do the Baron yet. They wanted to dive all the way into their Nexus and take a maiden hit. Fair. This is Soul for them too, so they're able to pick up Mountain Soul. Mountain Soul, you can now see everybody has an extra little shield. So inherently, whenever you get that final Mountain Soul there, as long as you're not in champion combat at the time, you'll get the shield, extra shield on yourself. Which just essentially what it does is it makes it really hard to burst one particular person down. So the example of Bicarbonate's Aurelion Soul being extremely strong, one guy has a lot of gold, you want to burst him down, right? You want to get him, you want to jump on him. Well, if he has an extra shield, it just makes it that much harder. Oh, how many stacks does he have? 576. Okay, they're going to be looking to posture to take Baron here. If Post Esports is not able to do something about this might solidify the game for them with proper lane pushing. What they're probably going to look to do is push down top, clear this mid out, let the mid walk in, pose a lot of pressure, which then Post Eagles will have to answer. Right? Once Post Esports have to answer that, you'll see Camille setting up the bottom wave with this Aurelion Soul, setting up the top wave for a solid 1-3-1. You're going to come in here though. Oh, if they're able to get this Aurelion Soul, you dare! He's punching him down, fighting through the gravity field, and he picks up the giant 1,000 gold bounty. My goodness, that's a lot of gold to go over the hands there. Alright, well, so the game is not over yet there, you see. They'll still look to posture and put a little pressure bottom, but they should not push all the way up, as Post Eagles will be able to answer this. Nice. Okay, you deal with the big shutdown onto that Aurelion Soul. You can see Aurelion Soul's shield is down too. It's pretty close. 13-2 on it. He's still worth a bounty after dying. It means he was very far ahead. But nonetheless, that gives you the opportunity to get a lot of gold in one single kill or mistake. See how they're able to push out the lanes, get some Pyro back on the map here, hopefully clear out some vision in jungle, get some vision down of their own. Coach Denny farming up all he can. To be a lot of these players are hitting pretty good CS levels, which would mean they're going to be scaling into the game very well. York, still a split pusher. You'll see him on his own up there pretty much all of the time. Well, they're bringing 3 back down through the mid here, though. Illinois is posturing for getting this mid wave pushed in and then bringing it down to the bottom lane with their Aurelion Soul to push in here. Will this Annie be able to get out of town? Yes, ETR is able to hold her off. York trying to get what he can done in his solo lane. You'll see Jarvan wrapping around in the jungle here, though. Isn't able to get an angle on him. You are playing it smart, keeping it close to his tower. Keep it close to the vest. He's able to maintain that tower there. Good defense. Good defense. Zonius comes out from, was that a stopwatch? That was a stopwatch. That was a stopwatch from Camille there. Stopwatch is an item in the game where you turn golden, become invulnerable, and it breaks after you use it, unless you have it upgraded into Zonius, or in this case, I'm sure Camille will be going the Guardian Angels route, which you no longer have the active ability, but when you die, you actually get revived after a few seconds. It's quite a nice item, doesn't give you a lot of stats, but it's great for late games whenever team fights like this happen. There's a lot going on. A couple walls go down, Joy 4 goes in. A couple deaths go down. The Aurelian Soul comes down with the big ult, but he's all alone. Is he able to here? He's not able to pull anything off. And they get team wiped, but they did get Camille. It's not going to be enough. Chances are with these death timers, they're able to push the Nexus down here. And that will be the case. Well, good game. That was a great first match. Honestly, up until about 20 plus minutes into that game, it was dead even. Both teams performing well. Both teams gaining a lot of gold and resources that they need. The Aurelian Soul was probably the X factor. He was able to scale into the late game. He's the new guy with the new kit that is really strong. And yeah, that's what they were able to pull off here. We'll be going into the Be Right Back screen as both teams go back into draft here. They're gonna draft new teams, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll try and fix the stream title too here. Suppose I shall end the stream real quick and try and change the stream name here. Alright, we'll be heading into game 2 here. Draft phase is happening now. First 3 bans on each side have been given out. Post Eagles banned Yi, Gwen, and Aurelion Sol. You can see Aurelion Sol, the carry from last game in the ban category. I don't hate it. I think that's a very smart move. You're going to see Senna, Mordekaiser, Jinx, bottom from Illinois here. First teams get their couple of picks out here. I was sort of trying to change the stream name so we were actually watching League, but you know, didn't happen. So here we are. First couple picks coming through. You're going to see Twitch and Hecarim picked up from Post Eagles. Illinois is going to have the Kaisa Jarvan. You saw both those champions on Illinois' team last game. So far, a whole new team from Post Eagles, though. Not one of these champs they picked in the last match here. Get this updated. As the more picks and bans are going to be coming out. And put that over there. Why is this like this? Why you gotta be so big? Okay, there we go. Match score updated. Wonderful, wonderful technology there. Okay, first 3 picks from each side. Pretty standard, you would think so. Commonality would be to leave your solo laners as your last 2 picks. Pick your bottom lane and your jungle as your first 3. So in theory, you'd have the Twitch Rakan bottom lane and Hecarim jungle for Post Eagles. And they did pick a different support here. They did pick Leona instead of the Karma, which is actually more engage. Less disengage, more engage from Illinois here. Thanks, BK. Okay, Aurelia picked up in the top lane from Illinois there. Very strong solo laner. Let's see what the answer is. You could go for a mid lane pick here, but that wouldn't really make too much sense because Illinois showed their top laner, right? You know she's taking Aurelia. They're taking Aurelia. So what's the counter into that? There aren't too many. She's just a very good laner in general. Looks like they pick up the Ornn. Very tanky, very good team fighter. He's not looking to win lane. He's just looking to scale up and then get to those team fights at those objectives. Which honestly, in this style of play, where you have all teams working together, all teams on comms, this is not solo queue. I think that's the better pick. Coming into the mid lane matchup here, blue side is going to have to pick first. They picked Talia middle, so that's going to be the mid laner of Post Eagles on Talia there. I don't have the names for you, unfortunately, at this moment, but I'm sure we'll get to them. Cassiopeia is the counter pick. Okay, so all roles are now fulfilled. We're going to be hopping back over into the Riot client for the game here. Have our few minute delay. As far as win cons go for each team, I'd argue the bottom lane yet again for Post Eagles along with the Talia can get you through a lot. But getting that Twitch fed is going to be the ideal scenario. If you look over on Illinois' side, they're actually posed for a pretty similar setup. Cassiopeia can get pretty far ahead, but it's nothing quite like the Aurelion Sol. It does not have nearly as much AoE, massive amount of damage flying on the map as Aurelion Sol does. So you should maybe see a little less urgency hovering around that, and they might put it more towards the bottom lane, which is where their Kaisa is. It had a good game last game. She was scaling well, but the Lucian Nami lane was actually able to win out on them. Okay, hop over to Riot here. They didn't put me in the game. Coach Denny. Alright, well they are finished drafting. We are just waiting for our 2-minute delay into the game here. I like the Rakan Twitch lane. Has a lot of engage. Twitch, early on, not super strong, but once he hits level 6, his ultimate is able to team fight very, very well. Get a lot of surprise damage off. You don't always expect it. Spectate. Alright, here we go. Bring this back over to our side here, just so you can see the timer we're checking out. And into game number 2. Yeah, so Illinois was able to pull off the win there in game number 1. Mostly due to the Aurelion Soul infinite scaling into late game. He was able to get a lot of AoE damage down around the objectives. They were able to force out and get a lot of jungle control so that Post Eagles were not able to get in and get to the objectives. We'll see if that turns out a little different here in game number 2. Sure, Post Eagles are coming back with a vengeance. They did not pick one single same champion that they picked in the last round, so they're shaking things up. They wanna get a little different team comp going here. I do honestly like it. You have a lot of engage, especially with the Rakan ultimate. The Ornn, his ultimate can come down and cause a lot of mayhem. You'll see on the other side, though, they have a lot of lockdown on like one character with the Jarvan and the Leona combo coming together. You'll see probably a few people die to just simply them jumping on top of them and just locking them down indefinitely. Chain C Seed. And then, yeah, I mean, Cassiopeia's a good lane scaler. Talia's a little bit more of a ranged mage. She's going to be throwing a lot of rocks at people. Yeah, 1 minute until we get into game here. Once again, I don't have any good juicy deets on the players or what they like to play or what their score or mental is like. So, I could make up some stuff, but I'm just not going to do that. For everyone watching there, though, I'm sure you You know who they are. You know who you're watching. You know who you're rooting for. Match 2. First ever stream from Pyro here. Brought to you from Post Eagles Esports team. They just had a Rocket League team right before this. I believe it actually says we're still streaming Rocket League, but Denny was in that match too. He's an esports maniac. They were having some fun there. It looks like our spectator delay is now done, and we will be getting into match number 2 on Friday night, League of Legends. Woo! I can't even sit still. It's so exciting. Let's see. Looking pretty good. Alright, I'll get a couple names here for you. OMG Lee Aurelia is going to be the top laner up against Smorrs on the Ornn. Jungle, you're going to have Ryan. Ooh, okay, that was just out of order, I guess. Jungle, you're going to have WangHongYue on the Hecarim up against J4 Jarvan number 4, TMG Gaming 21 on Illinois side. Post Eagles Ryanite on Talia, Bicarbonate on Cassiopeia. Bottom lanes is going to be Coach Denny on Twitch, RBTDVL on Rakan, the Kaisa on Louise, and Sancte Fingnu on the Leona. I personally am biased towards Kaisa. I like playing a lot of Kaisa. Having a laner with a lot of CC and lockdown is actually more preferred than the disengaged Karma they had last time. Although arguably intelligent, they were facing a Nami Lucian lane, which is one of the strongest lanes in the game as far as the first few levels go, so they were probably trying to pick something in order to survive lane. This one, Post Eagles, picked a little bit of a different draft, so, swap it up a little bit. You'll have a few same champs on the Illinois side and a whole new team on Post Esports here. As we get into the first waves crashing, there was no level 1 scuffles. No one was trying to do anything except for Denny. Denny's coming in for the level 1 Twitch gank, getting the damage off. Doubt they'll be able to get a kill, but as a mid laner, you already know that's not how you want to start the lane. Bicarbonate, feeling it. You've got a top side clear from both junglers, yet again, most likely looking to get towards the bottom lane. Clear top, clear bottom, gank bottom, bottom meta. Yeah, Smorrs is going to just be doing his thing up here, farming, smacking. Ornn has a really cool passive where you don't actually have to back to buy items. He builds his items. He's the forge god. He will just stand in lane and build a health crystal or whatever he might need, and unless he's low health, he just doesn't need to go back. It's a pretty cool ability there. Aurelia, notoriously famous at getting like 10 CS per minute. She's able to dip, duck, dodge, dash on all those minions with her Q and executes them. And when she executes one, she gets another dash. Mid lane holding strong after that level 1 Twitch gank. Denny with the pressure. So you'll see pretty neutral here. Both junglers, if you look at the mini map, are now on their last camps, clearing up, probably looking for bottom here. So in about 20 seconds here, you might see both of them down here. That, or they'll be fighting each other over the scuttle crab. Bicarbonate able to stay in lane after getting poked out like that is pretty impressive. Let's check and see if he's down in CS. Can I move these? Thank you. Oh. Guess I will manually do this for a moment here. You almost had a first blood there, by the way. So Hecarim went in there. He tried to get the gank off and almost died to the J4 counter gank which followed right up behind it. Sorry for messing up the camera for a minute there, but we are all good now. So 0 deaths, you know, no one died, a few people poked out, a few backs. I would say Illinois got the slight better trade there, where they did get Twitch's flash on Denny, and it looks like Kaisa does still have her flash. So far as summoner spells go, you'd be looking to take advantage of punishing that within the next 5 minutes here. Little action going on middle. Junglers find themselves again on top scuttle. Ornn was just chilling there, building his item. That's what he's doing. That was the building animation. He wasn't just sitting there not clicking anything. Okay, they might have the pick on the J4 here. The better angle. Bicarbonate was completely out of mana, actually. There was nothing she could did even if walked over there. Hecarim looking to get that Scuttle Crab now. That's first blood. Goes down to Talia. Ryanite in the middle with first blood. He had a hard time with Annie last game up against that Aurelion Soul, but let's see if he can bring it back on this Talia. Let's see if he can run the map here. Once you have level 6 on Talia, you're able to really impact the map more. Her ult is a rock wall where she just flies off and about wherever she wants to go, honestly. You can also pull some cheeky plays where you block people off from objectives with it as well. Oh my, desktop audio has been muted the whole time. No one told me. I wish I could get this out of here, right? I wanna... Okay. Apologies for that. I was not informed, but now we got the sound back on, hopefully. That sounded weird. It's because you weren't hearing the League of Legends sound. You're going to have WangHongYue with the Hecarim gank in the middle here. Can he reach Cassiopeia? No, he cannot, and he does not dare to chase her down. Reason being, she's level 6. She did use ult, though, so there was an opportunity there. I don't think he was going to get it. Cassiopeia's pretty slippery, pretty fast. But if she has ultimate and you're running at her and she uses ult, you're just going to get frozen. It's like Medusa, you'll turn to stone. Smorrs chilling, just doing his thing up here. A lot of trading going on in the mid lane there. Oh, Relius decided to make her time. She used ult. She went in on Ornn, and Ornn just dashed on out of there. Yep, that's the thing to do with Ornn. Survive. You just want to survive. Hecarim with the regank onto Cassiopeia. She's going to go down. Okay. Hecarim's able to pick up a kill on the Aurelia, or Cassiopeia. Sorry. Few missing pings. Jarvan's hovering middle, bottom lane. Let's see where we're at. 50 to 63 CS, so this time you'll have a little bit of a CS lead on this Kaisa. Overall, pretty even lane so far. Not too much action has happened down bottom like you'd normally predict. A lot has happened middle. Which, to be fair, Talia and Cassiopeia can both be very strong carries as well. It's a matter of playing it, right? Yeah, a little dive from Aurelia. The Ornn goes in, tries to get the extra tower shot off on her, and you're just never going to have enough damage to kill her unless you have your jungle up there with you. Or she severely misplays something. J4 starting up Shelly. 8 minutes in. Rift Herald spawns is the timer on that one, so he's going to be starting that up. Hecarim's just trying to get his red buff. But Cassiopeia, just if you look on the mini-map there, just placed a really good deep ward that'll provide a lot of information if they end up seeing where this Hecarim is. J4 knows he's completely fine in order to get this Herald. They're making a dive on bottom here, though. Rakan trying to get out of here. Hecarim ults in onto all 3 of them. Fears all 3. Twitch with the ult back out there. And no one goes down. A lot of damage flying around, a lot of fear, a lot of CC. That Hecarim came and saved Rakan's day. Not sure if he had an E to get out of there. Gold J4 onto the Talia. Flag drag in and seismic shoved away. Cassiopeia looking to find Hecarim here in the jungle. It's always annoying when you're doing your camps and the enemy finds you and it's like, hey, I used all my abilities on the camps, what are you doing here? It's pretty easy to poke someone out when they have no abilities. Bicarbonates. Cassiopeia looks pretty mean too. Although that Aurelion Soul he played last game, I'd say, was kind of what won them the game. So far, Ryanite able to hold his own in this lane. Even CS, if you look at the scoreboard, 2-1, gold even though, 200 gold lead to forces the flash. Cassiopeia there getting a lot of damage off, is able to force the flash, but a good seismic shove from Ryanite here, not quite enough follow-up damage. Slash is too scared of the Cassiopeia counter ult, which, to be fair, probably could have taken him out. You'll have Jarvan hovering bottom here, looking for maybe a little gank as Ornn just surviving. Aurelia looking for a gank under the tower, though takes a few tower shots. Now they're about down to even health. Although the Hecarim's coming around, the Ornn ult comes in. Are they able to pick up the kill here? Hecarim getting his slicing dashes up, is able to get a lot of damage. Aurelia knows she's a goner now that she's going this direction. And she's finally taken out for an extra little bit of gold to Rift Herald will spawn bottom. You're gonna have a few flashes. It just popped there. G4 flashed out. They did get the push off. There was only one single plate left on that bottom tower, which means that all three of those, Louise, Santing, and TGM Gaming were able to pick up a little extra tower gold from those plates there. Cassiopeia's doing a good job of pushing in and roaming. Looks like if you see on the mini-map, 4 might be collapsing towards this bottom if Eagles decide to keep pushing out, but they can smell something fishy in the water. They see Jarvan clearing that ward, they say, we're backing up. Hecarim, ult in onto the Cassiopeia with the Talia ult coming in. Can it be enough damage to kill Cassiopeia here? It should be. Hecarim goes down to the Kaisa with her long W shot there. And Cassiopeia is actually able to win out on the 1v1 left over with the Talia there. So 3-3, even in kills. Gold slightly tilted towards the Illinois here. Most of that extra gold is from the Rift Herald that was able to crash in a tower and the pressure they got off on those plates bottom. Does look like Illinois did pick up the first drag, which was Flame. Let's see, Aurelia is coming in on Ornn. And that's what the story is going to be all game long if there's not somebody else there. Ornn just won't have enough damage to kill Aurelia, and unless Ornn overextends too far, she won't have enough time to kill him. Hecarim in on the dash. Yep, you gotta love this matchup. Oh, Ornn with the knock up and the bop on the head, the ultimate to follow up. This might actually be enough damage for the one-on-one. Oh my goodness, Ornn just solo killed OMG Lee. WangHongYue, a little scuttle crab pickup, trying to get some deep vision down. Sees that the flag was on that raptor camp, knowing that J4 is probably on this red buff here. Wraps around, decides, I'm going to wait in this bush. I'm probably going to swipe this red buff once it gets to 900 health. Says, nope, I'm going to ult in and kill this J4, actually is what he says. What was I thinking? Ooh, oh, Rakan able to dash out of there last second. He almost got taken out by the full stack of Plasma Burst from Kaisa there, and the combo from the massive amount of CC Leon is able to provide. They'll stick around here, you know. You think they might be resetting, they're hiding in the bush. 13, 14 minutes in. Anybody have a mythic yet? Ooh, Talia and Cassiopeia were able to polish off their mythics. Blue Rune's Echo for extra burst damage on the Talia. And you'll be looking at the nice scaling item. The same item. Oh, wait. Little engage from Hecarim here on the Cassiopeia. Is he able to get enough damage? He should be able to finish her off with a nice follow-up from Talia. Alright. So, Post Eagles with a 3-kill lead here, able to bring the gold back to even / slightly tip it in their own balance here. And Smorrs' solo kill on Aurelia, that was pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Good job, Smorrs. Pretty neutral. You'll see Jarvan probably looking to start up Shelly number 2 here. Arguably not quite as urgent, right? Because the plates aren't up anymore. If you're not familiar, League of Legends, the first 14 minutes is like a timer where you'll have these plates on the towers, and if you burst them down, you get a lot of gold from them. It can actually end up being more than kills if you get enough of them. But it's past 14 minutes. The plates are down. So Shelly's just a little less valuable, but we're going to see a fight happening around Dragon here. Are they able to kill Cassiopeia again? No, she zooms out of there, but Hecarim says, I don't care, he's going in. Trades his life, but he takes down the Cassiopeia. Now they're caught really deep in the enemy's jungle. J4 ults in onto Talia, and they pick up the Rakan and Talia kill as well. Should be able to secure Dragon after this. You were liking the positioning from Post Eagles there, but they got a little too deep. They were playing very nice. See if this Twitch can pull off any cheesy stops. Ornn taking like 3 too many tower shots. The ult over the walls. It's an attempt. I like it. Trying to get that little dragon steal. Now you have 2 drags stacking towards Illinois here. They were also, Jarvan was able to pick up the Rift Herald. You'll see the eye there in his ward slot. You'll see a lot of mythics coming across here. Heart Steal for Ornn, literally just tank stats, big tank. You'll see the Lifesteal Blade of the Rune King from Aurelia. It's a little bit of a unique one because that's not actually a mythic. Same thing with Twitch building Blade of the Rune King, which leaves them open to still build their mythics. Blade of the Rune King, very good item though. 3 shots, you sap, you take it from them, you steal some of their move speed, and you gain extra lifesteal. So lifesteal, very important here. You'll see Aurelia trying to take advantage of that. Because now, the solo happened before on Ornn, but if he can solo kill her again now that she has played the Rune King, I'd be even more impressed. Rift Herald being dropped middle here, can't quite see the health, and it does enough to take it out. Hecarim looking for an ult over the wall, and Cassiopeia here doesn't commit. Is he committing? Oh, he commits. Yeah, he's going in. Gets a nice ult wrap around, pushes Cassiopeia back. Is it enough follow-up damage by Talia? There is. Cassiopeia goes down. Rakan comes in with the dash, the knock-up, and they take down J4 along with her. That's J4 and Cassiopeia down. They're going to be able to push out this mid lane and get their own respective tower pushed with some nice gold in their hands, their pockets, their wallets. Really's got some solo time on this tower. What happened to Ornn? He died. I didn't see it. Darn. Ornn. Smorrs. You were doing good. Whoa. What?
Executed.
Hecarim? What happened? That was weird. Okay. We'll pretend like we didn't see that one, Hecarim. I don't know what you just did there, dude. Alright. Red side getting back out on the map here. Check out the objectives. I don't have objective timers. I don't know when's coming up when. You would imagine, I think they got Rift right before Drag, so in theory, Rift, yep, there it is. It'll be coming up in probably about 45 seconds here. Drag will follow up not too long after that. Post Esports is going to have to look to challenge that Drag. I mean, it's not dire yet because Illinois only has 2, but once they start stacking them up, it's just going to get harder and harder for Post to contest. You'll see a wraparound from Jarvan here, engage onto the mid lane, and we don't know what happens because, oh, they're going in on Aurelia. Get the Oran Horn with the follow-up from Hecarim. Plenty of damage to bring down that Aurelia. Aurelia's kind of getting picked on, isn't she? This Oran, Smorrs, he's cooking. Look at him, he's at a campfire right now, just cooking up some s'mores. And then you're going to have some follow-up with Leona and J4, though. They're not too happy about them picking on their Aurelia all game long. And they're not going to commit on any engages, though. Get some good vision out. Talking about vision, though. Look at the vision from Illinois. They have it all across the river. It's in the tri-bush bottom. Vision game currently being Illinois sided. Although, decent blue vision, a lot of defensive vision. You can probably see this happening right now. They're looking to engage on it. Rakan ults in, knocks up Cassiopeia, followed up by Talia. Twitch comes in, ults, gets plenty of damage off. This Cassiopeia's going down. Just a hit to Hecarim. Hecarim picks up the extra bounty gold. Was it a bounty? I don't even think it was a bounty. But he picks up the kill there. Twitch, I mean, what are you going to do? You can't shoot Leona. You kind of just have to stand there, right? They're posturing for this drag contest, though, which ideally I do think they should do, especially with gold even. You have Ornn there now. You're starting to have a really nice front-to-back team fight look with the Talia and Coach Denny Twitch back damage. And there's a pause. I'm sure they'll get that fixed up. Someone might have DC'd or something like that. So both teams are playing towards their win cons pretty well. Kaisa is farmed up. She's the danger you gotta watch out for. If she has too much time in a team fight to get her damage off, she'll be quite the menace. She does have a nice proc for percent damage, so like tanks. Let's see what happens. Okay, Ornn. Frontlining for this drag. They finally engage. My game is lagging or something. Okay, we're back. Leona's gonna get taken down too. Huge play from Post Eagles here. Talia is not done. She ults in but jumps off the wrong side of the wall. That's okay. They picked up this Aurelia they found in the bush here. They will pick her up. Post Esports laying down the law. 5 mainin walking towards Baron. There is a ward there that a lot of them walked over, giving knowledge. Highly doubt they're actually going to start that Baron, but getting good vision here, if you're able to clear out other vision, reset, set up, spend the gold you just got from getting Dragon and those kills. And you'll be looking pretty nice in this game. You have almost a 2,000 gold lead on Post Esports. Not game ending, however, definitely very nice to see. Good job, Eagles. What are you? Purple? Purple! Here you go. Unbiased commentary. Okay. So. We'll have Red Side getting back out on the map. Illinois. Their main win con with... I mean, Cassiopeia is farming better than Talia, so she's able to get some items. I would normally say she's not part of their win con, but she has 2 items. She has the Rod of Ages at 10 stacks. She has a good potential of doing a lot of damage. So between Kaisa and Bicarbonate's Cassiopeia on Illinois side, and Ryanite's Talia and Coach Denny's Twitch are the main guys you're going to have to be watching out for to get dove on top of.
Right under the nose.
It's a fun position to play. You get to do the most damage. You normally aren't tanky, and you're normally the one everybody's trying to take out. This Cassiopeia gets found again by this Hecarim, but is able to just take out Talia. That is not what you want to see. And the Jarvan ult comes in to save bicarbonate. Cassiopeia lives off the double gank. I was saying she got caught out, and I guess they caught them out, huh? A little bamboozle there. Now they're pushing down bottom lane. Horns pushing top though. They'll counter push. Can they clear this wave? I believe they have plenty of waves to clear this. Yeah, stalled out here at the bottom. Don't think they'll go for any dives here. Horn smacking some towers, getting them down. Oh, Cassiopeia's not done though. She says, I'm going to chase you all the way down this lane. Orange flashes, dashes, and he's just not able to get away. So if that looked kind of unfair, it's not really. The Cassiopeia has Ryla's scepter right over here, which you can see actually. It slows enemies by 30%. So she has a slowing item. It's meant to chase people down like that. A little curious. What is the percent effect on this? Sorry, TG Gaming. Alright, so yeah, after 3 sniping attacks, 68 damage, and you steal 25% of their move speed. So that is the idea behind building Blade of the Rune King first, and then finishing off your Mythic second. Looks like Illinois is looking to start a Baron up here. Hopefully Eagles can get a look at this, but no one's around. J4 is zoning them out. Illinois is just going to be able to pick up this Baron. That's a route back into the game there. Down in kills, but up in gold. 14 to 10, 41 to 43,000 gold. Ideally, no one really goes down here. You want to clear these waves. Illinois is going to be looking for aggressive warding here around this dragon that's about to spawn in probably about 45 seconds or so. You can see everybody pinging it. Everybody is going to start gathering there. That is most likely where the next team fight is going to be. This Ornn needs to get back in the fight, and Twitch needs to be able to be behind him and able to do a lot of his damage. He did finish off his second item, which is actually his legendary, or mythic, apologies. This is mythic. So those two combined, he has a lot of damage now. Denny is able to do plenty of damage. He just needs the person in front of him. It's looking like they're just going to give this Drake up, though, for maybe a top tower trade. Personally, don't like that. I mean, I guess if you're trying to stall out the game, you feel like you're not in a position of advantage right now. That's an option, right? You don't need that one. It wasn't Soul. That is Soul Point, though. Another Mountain Drake, same drag we had last game. Will give you the extra shielding if you're the one to take that down. Coach Denny with the flank. Leona onto him. He doesn't care. He's going to go directly onto this Kai'Sa. He flashes on over. They're able to take out the Kai'Sa. Enemy Kai'Sa is down for a bounty. Find this Aurelia and Leona together. That's a dangerous duo to fight, though. Coach Denny trying to survive, trying to do his best, not able to. Horn comes in, knocks up Aurelia. Hecarim follows up, though. J4 found himself in a spot he probably doesn't want to be in the middle of all four of them, and goes down. Woo! That is a 1-2-3 for the Eagles there. Hecarim, do you want to do... Oh? The bait? The great bait? The great bait! Yeah, the great bait. It was a little scary, Hecarim, but the Rakan shield saved you up there. The Cassiopeia ult came out, that's why they were kind of frozen there. Cassiopeia says, I don't care, I will 1v3 you guys right now. Bicarbonate, zero fear in his eyes. Look at this man go. He's a maniac. Look at him go right into all three of them. He knows they don't have their ults and abilities up, so he's able to just aggressively walk towards them and throw all of his damage out at them. Good knowledge, you know, by Carbonate. Knew they didn't have their abilities. 1 on 3, he says, I'll take it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Hecarim, blue buff clear, maybe to wrap around if he can find an angle onto either this Kai'Sa or Cassiopeia, that would be pretty huge. And Cassiopeia maybe getting a little too greedy now. Hecarim's probably able to pick up this Kai'Sa. Cassiopeia will run, but can she hide? Horn comes down, and Talia with the follow-up damage picks her right on up. Oh, a lot of fighting. Gold back to even. Both matches so far from the Eagles and Illinois, very even. Up until, I mean, this one's even more even than last game, I'd argue. Last game, Aurelion Sol, infinite scaling. He just started taking over, didn't he? But this game, there is no Aurelion Sol. There is no infinite scaling. This is even gold versus even gold. Who plays the fight better? Who gets the objectives? Alright. A lot of items are starting to come through. Kai'Sa, 3 items complete. One of my other things I like about Ornn is he has a passive where he can upgrade your items, right? So if you get an item complete, he actually upgrades it. That's why the stats are better. And along with Twitch's item has been upgraded too. So just like free extra stats. Ornn's like, here you go, you built your item, I'll upgrade it for you. That of course works by levels, you can't do that early on in the game. Both teams posturing around this mid lane here. With a little 4-1 side pushes going. Hecarim running in, Ornn comes down, brings back the Kai'Sa, is able to put J4 ulted on, a lot of damage flying around the screen right here, a lot of people go down, and Ornn is the last standing member. That is not the fight that you want to see from the Eagles there. Unfortunately, they get most likely okay, they got ace there. They were able to take out 2. Hecarim went really deep for Kai'Sa, which I don't hate, but at the same time, that was the reason that he died.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, you try and pick the enemy ADC, that's where their gold is at, that's who they're playing through as the carry. Cassiopeia was bottom, you know, you figure you might have an advantage, but they were able to get enough damage out and counter that dive onto the Kai'Sa there. Well, they did lose 2 inhibitors for that, and they will be picking up Sol for Illinois. So that's how quick these games can swing. I mean, the gold was even, it was looking really close, and then all of a sudden a 4K gold swing one way. Hecarim's not done yet though. He says, you know what, Cassiopeia, I'll take you out. Talia ult coming in along with the Rakan follow-up, gives you plenty of CC, plenty of time to get the damage down. They're going to get it all down. They're able to pick up 2. Red team does get the Drake. That is Sol, so they do have Sol. They're going to try and chase down this J4 now, and they're able to get him. Oh yeah, okay. Eagle says they're not done yet. You can have that Dragon Soul, we'll just keep picking you off while you're doing it. Ornn just walking wherever he wants, he doesn't take damage. How tanky is that? He's got 3 items right now. Force of Nature, Iceborne, Frozen Heart, and Heart. Leviathan. They're gonna have to back here though. Well, after picking up the Baron. Of course they're gonna back. But the minions are pushing into base. You'll see a lot of large minions pushing into the base here. Those are called super minions because they are super big. The Baron is gonna feel really nice. That's a big gold influx. They call those Baron power plays. You have it for a few minutes. I unfortunately don't have any fun timers for you guys to be able to see how long that's gonna last, but picking that up does give you a nice influx of gold along as buffs your minions. You see these big purple minions now? They can actually contest with these super minions. Meaning you won't just get the minion waves pushing all the way down on you. That Baron grab neutralized it though. Look, the gold's back to even. Kills are negligible at this point. Where the gold is important. I don't have the gold graphs, but it's looking like is she able to steal this blue buff? Almost. That was a little close. Okay, it's looking like a lot of the gold on the Eagles is on Ornn, and actually it's pretty well evenly split. Smorrs, Ornn. He's popping off. Looks like Illinois is going to be looking to clear the bot side and set up some deep vision. You'll notice there's wards in their jungle now. Choking out the enemy jungle, not letting them get their resources, their gold, their experience. TGM Gaming is doing its thing. Oh, engaging onto Hecarim. Hecarim, you're a little deep. They had that ward. That's not gonna work out. Hecarim gets taken down. The Jarvan ultimate with the follow-up. They're now gonna look to push these lanes in and rotate. Maybe top or just take this numbers advantage fight. It's not really a numbers advantage fight because Aurelia is top, but she does have TP, which if they're serious about this push, you might see it channeled in. I highly doubt they're serious. Denny getting his ult off almost kills the Kai'Sa. Denny with a lot of damage on that Kai'Sa there. You'll see her in the back almost dead. So Denny's got some real deal damage. An ult comes down from Leona. It's really a defensive ult. They're just trying to get out of town. Aurelia was able to push down the top, but she's also going to get collapsed when she decides to stay any longer. A lot of pressure coming out from Illinois right now. They have the double supers coming into the base, but thankfully the Eagles were able to pick up this Baron buff, which seemingly just ran out right now. They're also meaning the inhibitors will be coming back up soon too, though. Oh, flash from Cassiopeia. That summoner spell's down now. Which means the next big team fight, she probably won't have that. So if you get into on Cassiopeia, you can actually lock her down at the pillar.
Blue team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
J4 picking up this farm. Looks like they're all starting to staying a little longer than I thought. Hecarim coming around, doesn't know they're there, gets locked down by Leona and a little follow-up from Cassiopeia, thankfully. He gets out of there with an ult, which I don't think it's on that long of a cooldown. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. The main thing though is not to lose these inhibs again. If they lose these inhibs, they lose a lot of pressure on the map. And they need to be posturing. They need to pick one, defend one. Oh, they decide to just lose them both. Oh, they're finally. Oh, they decide to go in now. They press the go button. Horn comes down. Twitch ult comes through. Kai'Sa drops. Another drop from the Leona. They're able to. Oh, J4 ult comes through. Talia ult comes up. Rakan double knock up. The fear into Hecarim. His ult was already back up. And as long as they're able to get this Cassiopeia, that will be a team ace for Eagles. Good job, Post Eagles, for getting that ace. They're going to push it down mid now, try and take some towers back themselves. With these long timers on these deaths, they should be able to get a inhibitor. I was checking Dragon the Baron. You know, Baron's up, you could always rotate towards that. Orange says, I don't care, I'll tank this turn. It just tickles a little anyhow. Pushing down the inhib. Oh, no way. No way, they're going for it. The timer's 1 second on Leona, 4 seconds on Kaisa. Can these two fend off their base from these guys pushing down? Post Eagles, they don't care, they're going straight for the base, straight for the Nexus. They're attacking it down. Get Orn. No. I like it. You know, I like the attempt. They took out the both Nexus towers. They got the inhib, but this is totally going to give over Elder Drake to... Yeah, so I like the try. They were trying to just end the game right then and there. They were like, let's go for the base. It can happen when you have long death timers. The Kaisa and the Leona died early on in that fight though, so they were able to come back up and defend their base just in time. And they're able to pick up this Elder Drake. Most likely going to rotate over to Baron, pick that up, and with these supers pushing into base, Post Esports are going to have a really hard time defending against this. They might be able to. There's always a chance, right? Maybe a little throw, maybe a good little damage. This Twitch ult is not to be underestimated. But whenever you have Elder and Baron buff, it can feel pretty difficult. Being the people facing it, being the people with that, it feels great, of course, right? You're like, yes, I'll take an execute plus buffed minions. And they have soul too, so they have the extra shielding on top of that. Post Eagles are going to need to pull out a miracle here, but there's always a chance. The gold is still pretty darn even, so it's not like Illinois is really winning in the gold part right now. It's more so in the buffs and the passives from the neutral game objective. Having all the drag, getting the Elder and the Baron gives you really, like, look at these minions. They're having a hard time just clearing the minions, which allows for Illinois to posture very aggressively. They're going to go in, drops for Khan. Hopefully this Orn can stay up. And ult in from Hecarim. He goes in deep towards the back line here. Tries and gets the Kaisa down. Doesn't have enough damage. Kaisa's able to take him out. This is honestly probably the push for the game here. Oh? No. Okay. GG's. Well played, both teams. Both games were actually pretty even, very entertaining. Thank you very much for viewing on this wonderful Friday night. League of Legends, Post Eagles Esports versus Illinois Wesleyan. Post wasn't able to quite pull out the win, but I'll say they fought very well. And yeah, that's the game. Well, there's Denny. Alright, well, good game to both teams. It was very enjoyable to watch. Pyro was your host. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun with me. Catch you next time when the next game is on, and I'll get a little better. I'll learn these systems a little better. I'll learn how to change the name on Twitch. And yeah, until then, have a good night.